Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday, December 22nd. We do have one meeting to tell you about today, and that is the Strategic Planning Committee meeting, which will be at 11:30, and you could follow along at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now, on our show today, we have Dr. Hovannessian with Harvard Eye, and strangely, he is going to talk about posture and how it affects your eyes. So very interesting subject. And then we also have Father Blaise from St. Nicholas Catholic Church, who's here to talk to us a little bit about the Mass that they're going to have for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and how they're handling that during our COVID-19 restrictions. All right, let's go ahead and go to our COVID-19 resources for you. We have covid19.ca.gov, ochelpinfo.com, and then the hotline is 714-834-2000. Our website is lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com, and you can email us at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. Now, our weather is, of course, I cannot complain, looking just as lovely as it was last week. Today, we're looking at about 67-49, sunshine all day. Wednesday, 70-50. Thursday, 71-48, partly cloudy. And then Friday is our Christmas Day, is sunshine all day, 67-50, and then partly sunny on Saturday, 65-49. If you are traveling, if you're going to the beaches, it's looking very nice, 66-49. You can build a snowman down there, but not made of snow, obviously a sandman. Mammoth, 38-15, Big Bear, 49-25, and Palm Springs, 74-50. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:52, and then the sunset will be at 4:48. And Mark Rabinowitz, thank you so much for capturing the Santa Claus climbing up or down. We're not sure. If you have a fun photo that you would like to share with us, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, when we return, we will have Dr. H. So stay tuned.
At Harvard Eye, we're so happy to be open again to see you for all your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in our lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence and committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back. Well, today I'm joined by Dr. Hovannessian, who is here with Harvard Eye with a very interesting subject and how it relates to your eyes. Well, Dr. H, thanks for joining us. How are you today?
Great. It's great to see you too. How are you?
Good, good. And we were talking offline about how this whole subject matter sort of comes about. And, you know, when I looked at what you sent me, I thought, okay, now how does this actually relate? So we are going to be talking about bad posture and how bad posture can actually contribute to a visit to the eye doctor. So tell me how this all sort of came about.
Well, it's common for eye doctors to see patients who come in with headache, wondering if it has something to do with their eyeglass prescription or their eyes. Is it an eye condition? And this sometimes is prompted by the patient who makes the request, sometimes by the primary doctor who says, why don't you check with your eye doctor? But as it turns out, probably 3 out of 4 of those visits, the underlying problem has nothing to do with the eyes. It has to do with the posture of the person and with muscle tension. Isn't that incredible?
I would never have thought both, you know, because when you have something that like your eyes do hurt, but I would not think that if it was muscle tension, like in my neck, to cause my eye to hurt. That's great that you can actually make that correlation.
Yeah, so those of us, especially nowadays, who are spending more time at home, less time going out and socializing. People are curled up with their iPad on their couch, or they're sitting at their computer, kind of slouched over in these awkward positions for hours on end, not moving, and getting less exercise, which is the enemy of muscle tension. Exercise helps us both to relax muscles and have strength to support muscles. So these people develop muscle tension, and one of the most common places is in the muscles that support the neck. Your head weighs about 12 pounds, and if you're leaning forward, there's an incredible amount of tension on the strap muscles in the neck that help hold your head up. And that tension, if you think about it, if you were holding a light weight at arm's length for, a period of minutes or hours on end, how much tension would you get in these muscles that are holding up? It'd be unbearable.
Wow.
As it turns out, the nerves that tell us we're having pain in those same muscles are the same nerves that serve the eye. And so people will develop pain behind their eyes that is indicative of a problem in the neck muscles or the back muscles. And so it's one of the complexities of our nervous system that causes this confusion.
I see. Now you do have another slide here that we're showing for bad posture, and that's standing posture. And one thing that, if you look at desks these days, it gives you the option to sit or stand. And you were showing me offline how you have a standing desk. I have a standing desk, and I love it. And I use a chair that is a drafting chair.
Yes.
So it's really high, and then I have like that little circle on the bottom that I can put my feet up on, and it's so much more comfortable. So
yeah, we'll show a picture of that. So this desk, I'm standing as I'm talking to you here. This desk goes up and it goes down, and I go from sitting to standing. When I'm in an interview, I like to stand up because I'm a little bit more animated. But I will spend about 70% of my day, if I'm at my desk all day, standing. Because just the movement of being able to step around to different parts of the desk helps, and it gives relief to muscles by altering the position. So bad posture is when you don't have good alignment vertically of your spine. On the left, if you see the first picture that shows bad posture, you see someone who's kind of leaning back and slumping their neck forward. Whereas being upright gives you, takes the load of your body and distributes it along an axis that ends just in front of your heels. And you can see in the next picture that shows good posture, your skeletal system is designed to be aligned in that way so that your center of gravity is right over that space just in front of your heels. That's a minimum of muscle tension to do that. And so it's good to stand part of your day. And so one way to do that is if you've got an iPad or a computer, if it's a laptop, is put it up on a counter and elevate it above the counter, because you can see in the next pictures what good posture looks like sitting. And so in a desk sort of environment, what you want is your forearms level to the ground, your elbows by your side. Notice her elbows are not in front of her. I can't get quite tall enough to do that. But if your elbows are in front, then you're putting tension on your back muscles to hold them up. Right. And notice that she's got her feet propped up on a box so that her knees are more or less at a 90-degree angle. That way she's not having to alter her back position just because her feet are hanging down. And that's kind of what you do with your drafting desk, isn't it?
Exactly. It is. And it works out really nice because on my desk, I have a little ledge and I could put my leg up high on that ledge. So it works out great. I never thought I would really like it, but I do. And it does take a lot of pressure off my back. One other thing that I want to show is that, when we are looking at our phones, we are doing this constantly. I see more kids do it. And I think it's just a shame. So like you said, prop it up on something. But another thing that you can do is on the back of the phones, there's these little knobs you can buy. So at least that way you can hold your phone up rather than looking down.
That's right. And I agree completely. To have your head vertical and not tilted over. When you're doing this, you're putting, again, extra tension in the back of your neck. So you want your head level. And notice in the pictures, you'll see the computer monitor is at eye level. And that's the part of the monitor that you're spending most of the time looking at. So obviously your eyes glance around to different parts of the monitor, but that way you're not forcing your head to follow your eye position. Laptops are invented for people who are about 3.5 feet tall, to be propped way up so that their head and their arms, are together. They're just not designed for the human body. So if you use a laptop, you really need to do one of the things shown in the last picture. So you can tilt it up on a stand so the monitor is closer to eye level. Some people like to get a second monitor they can put above, or a second keyboard. That's the least expensive option, where you can prop up the monitor but have a mouse and a keyboard down at the, so your arms are level. It's incredible the amount of time we spend on computers and incredible the impact and harm done when we get this wrong. No, it's not going to make you go blind, but I'm not just an eye doctor. I'm a doctor, and I can tell you it's very bad for your body to put yourself through that kind of strain.
Yeah.
So don't take Advil. Make your posture right.
There you go. That's an awesome idea. So then your final thoughts are basically that if you do find that you are having some eye strain, maybe first look at your neck and your posture.
Yeah, think about it. And then the other thing is exercise. Core strength relates to that strength that supports your posture. And doing exercises, there are lots of them online, lots of, at Village Television, you've got lots of programs that help people to strengthen their core. That is the other element of preventing pain and injury, both flexibility and strength in those core muscles. So we can't help it. We've got to be home more these days, but we can try to take better care of ourselves.
Great advice. Thank you so much. So when we come back in 2021, can you maybe go over all of the effects that the screens of the phones and our computers do to our eyes? Because I've always wondered what the effects are.
You bet. Be happy to talk about that.
All right, excellent. All right, well, we look forward to seeing you in the new year.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you, and Happy New Year to everyone.
All right, thank you. And we'll be right back after this.
At Harvard Eye, we are so happy to be open again and to see all of you for your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in our lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence, and we're committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Father George Blaze, who is here on behalf of St. Nicholas Catholic Church. Well, Father, thank you so much for joining us today. This is the first time I've gotten to interview you. How are you?
I'm doing well under the circumstances.
Yes, I know. It's been a very trying time for so many people for the last year almost. And here we are almost at March again when we started all of this stuff. So we appreciate you taking the time. And here we are coming up on the holidays, and we have Christmas and New Year's. And I know you have a few things that you wanted to let the community know.
Okay. So to begin with, I would like to just say in this final week of Advent, as we prepare ourselves to receive the infant Jesus, as we prepare to celebrate Christmas, this has truly been an extremely difficult time for all of us as we journey through the COVID-19 pandemic. Many are experiencing darkness and despair. However, God remains with us always as we celebrate the birth of our salvation into the world. Jesus is the light that comes to us in our darkness. He is the hope that we see in our despair, the peace that overcomes the strife and turmoil of our life. Christmas is the time to celebrate the gift of God's love for us. This gift is the most precious gift that we can ever receive, and we are called to share this gift of God's love with all in the world. On behalf of all of the clergy and staff of St. Nicholas Parish, I wish all the residents of Laguna Woods Village a blessed and holy Christmas Day and Christmas season. I look forward to seeing all of you in the new year with renewed health of mind, body, and spirit. Although we have experienced separation during this past year, please know that God has not abandoned you or us. He is alive in you, and we recognize him in the birth, life, suffering, death, and resurrection of his Son, Jesus our Lord. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's definitely been a very trying year for so many people. And also the separation, I think, is really hard, like you mentioned. Although your parish has done extraordinary measures to make sure that people are safe. Tell me about some of those things that you guys have done.
Well, right now we are celebrating our masses outside, and we have a tent set up, no walls, just a roof. And it is between our rectory and our parish center in the drive-through area so that we can contain the sound in that location. We set up about 30 chairs for those who physically cannot carry their own chair, but we ask those who can carry a chair to bring their own so that we don't have to do any extra sanitizing and cleaning up afterwards. We have also distributed missalettes for each parishioner that comes, and it's theirs to take with them so they don't leave it behind. And we ask that they just put their name in it, phone number, address, in case it's left behind, that we can kind of get it back to them. This way, people are not touching the same missalettes. And we have been celebrating Mass outdoors as long as we've been told that we have to.
Right.
So other than that, all are welcome.
Well, now, one thing that is kind of interesting is that our weather has been quite lovely, and we've been very fortunate that there's been not too significant of winds except for that one week, and no rain. So, I mean, it's been lovely, and we're not in the East Coast, because I can't imagine being on the East Coast right now with a tent.
No, that would not work. And also, actually, our first attempt through the summer, we just put up a tarp between the two buildings. And that first wind that came in September or October pretty much shredded that completely. And so we had to rent a tent that's more solid now, so that makes it a lot easier, more effective. And as far as the weather, yes, the weather has been good, although some of our nighttime or evening masses and our early morning mass, it is quite cold. So I encourage people to bundle up, to wear gloves if need be, wear your hat if you need be. And then I give instructions before communion about what to do with the gloves.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, perfect. Well, let's talk about your services that you're going to have. And we're going to talk a little bit about Christmas Mass. So tell me about when that is.
Okay, before we do that, I would like to announce that because we were not able to do our annual penance service this year with a number of priests coming to assist us, we have added some confession times. And so our confession times are immediately after our weekday 9 a.m. Mass, and they're outside in the courtyard, and also on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And then we've added Monday and Wednesday evenings at 5 p.m. for those who would like to avail themselves of the sacrament of confession before Christmas.
Okay.
Getting into our Christmas schedule, Christmas Eve, our first Mass will be at 3 p.m. in English, and we will have another one at 4:30 in English. We will have a 6 p.m. Mass in Spanish and a 7:30 p.m. in Vietnamese.
Oh.
On Christmas Day, we will have a 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. in English.
Okay. And so are there special instructions on how people will be coming in to the location and exiting? Is it a one-way thing?
No, just basically come into the parking lot, park your car, and we have ushers that are on both ends of the tent to welcome, to greet, and if you have your own chair, you'll be sitting out on the periphery. If you cannot carry a chair, we have, like I said, we will have about 30 chairs set up for those who physically cannot carry a chair.
Okay.
If they are living in the same household, they can sit their chairs close together.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not in the same household, we ask that they keep a 6 to 8 foot span between parties.
Right. From the situations that you have, obviously that we're dealing with now, how has it been challenging for you?
Well, the main thing is trying to please everyone. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being beat up as the messenger, and I'm just the messenger. I'm not the one creating the guidelines and the policies. They're coming from other sources, but I have to deliver them. And as pastor, the brunt comes to me. One of the things that I need to mention also in coming, we are insisting that everyone wear masks, keep physical distance, and we do have sanitizers available for those that may not have their own sanitizers.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules. I mean, there really is a lot of rules. And like you said, it's very difficult to keep everybody happy. But I'm sure you're doing the best that you can, given the circumstances, and the fact that you're able to construct a nice tent and have some chairs and people can bring their own chairs. Sounds like a nice, comfortable way to go to Mass.
It is. And I guess one of the other challenges and frustrations on my part is because we have such an elderly community, there are a number of people in the village that are not feeling comfortable coming out in public at this time. And I feel that we have really lost touch. And so I want all of them to know, all of you to know that we are thinking and praying for you and with you during these difficult times. And if you do need anything, I ask that you please call the parish office. The phone number is 949-837-1090. We generally don't have anybody picking up the phones, but please, at the end, when you hear the tone, leave a message. Father Martin and myself are very good about returning calls as soon as possible. What is frustrating is when we get hang-ups without leaving a message. Obviously, we don't know what the person is asking for, and we really don't know who to call back. So please make sure you leave a message. And as far as the sacrament of the sick, it's important that if it is imminent and someone needs that sacrament, please let us know, and we are taking care of those who are very imminent and need the sacrament.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, Father, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time, and Merry Christmas to you.
And Merry Christmas to you and all of our parishioners. And technically, as pastor, even though you may not be Catholic, I am pastor of all residents in Laguna Woods.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless. Merry Christmas.
All right. We'll be right back after this.
This is Dr. Trin from Irvine Clinical Research. I hope that during this pandemic that you're doing well and keeping safe. During these times, I want to let you know that we're still offering memory testing at no cost through Healthy Brain Consultations. If you or your loved ones have concerns with memory loss, you don't need to leave your home to chat with me. We're offering these consultations online. Call us at 753-1663 to schedule your Healthy Brain Consultation video chat. Thank you so much and take care.
Welcome back. Well, we have just a couple of announcements for you before we leave for today. We have Fa La 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 La, which I am not a singer, but the Old Pros and the Woods Combo are, and they're going to have seasonal music, songs, lights, poems, readings, and stories with one last Sunday for the month of December. So you can catch that at 6 p.m. Then I wanted to let you know about the construction that's going on El Toro Road. I did get caught up in it, so take a look at that. It will be going on through December 24th, and they're going to have intermittent lane closures that occur on both sides of El Toro Road, so don't get backed up there. Try to avoid that road as much as possible. Then the 3rd has extended their VMS board appointment. Now, if you would like to serve on the board, you can submit your application by December 31st at 5 p.m. Now, there will be a special meeting for the appointments, and that will happen on January 11th at 1:30. And if you would like to participate and sign up for the application, you do need to contact Cheryl Silva. You can email her at cheryl.silva@vmsinc.org, or you could call her at 268-2383. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our travel weather one more time. If you are traveling to the beaches, you may want to just build a Sandman. 66.49, and then Mammoth, they are having some snow, 38.15. Big Bear is 49.25, and then Palm Springs is 74.50. And then we'll take a look at our local weather, which is looking quite lovely. We are looking at really nice temperatures. That's not going to be too cold or too hot. 67.49 today, tomorrow 70.51. Partly cloudy on Thursday, 71.48. Friday for your Merry Christmas Day, sunshine, 67.50. And then partly sunny on Saturday with 65.49. Have a great day in the village. We'll be back here again tomorrow, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Or you could watch us again today at 12:30 and 5 o'clock. Have a great day in the village. Stay healthy. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
It's important for you to get your financial house in order. And so it breaks my heart sometimes when I see widows that come in with $100,000, $200,000 to their name, and yet their broker has lost $200,000 or $300,000 in the market when they shouldn't even have been in the market. The most satisfying part that I find in working with retirees is when they come in on their annual reviews and the market has had a bad turn, and we know that we can sit down and look at them and say, you haven't lost any money.
We consider hearing to be an essential part of your life. During this time of quarantine and isolation, you need to be hearing the best you can to understand how to stay safe and to hear your friends and family. Advanced Ear Care is offering service to everyone that needs help with their hearing aids, no matter where it was you purchased. If it's not working properly, please call for a free troubleshooting appointment. We even have hands-free, no-contact curbside service. There's no charge for this service. Advanced Ear Care is here to keep you hearing during these critical days.
Now there's a different way to buy a new Lexus. It's called CarDash, only available at SouthCountyLexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit SouthCountyLexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in, all online. Once you arrive at the dealership, just pick up your car and drive home. Push a button, get a Lexus. South County Lexus, where different is amazing.